A Peruvian judge on Friday ordered former President Pedro Pablo Kuczynski to spend up to 3 years in jail while prosecutors prepare corruption charges against him for allegedly taking bribes from Brazilian construction company Odebrecht. The decision comes just 2 days after another former Peruvian president, Alan Garcia, committed suicide as police arrived at his door to arrest him in connection with alleged bribes from Odebrecht. Before his suicide, Garcia had repeatedly brushed off allegations of corruption as a political hit. Read more. China pays homage to friend Alan Garcia as Peru bids farewell to ex-president after suicide. Kuczynski, an 80-year-old former Wall Street banker who once held U.S. citizenship, denies wrongdoing. Kuczynski did not attend the hearing before Judge Jorge Chavez on Friday because he was receiving treatment for heart problems in a local clinic. After Garcia killed himself on Wednesday, Kuczynski's attorney asked prosecutor José Domingo Perez to consider putting Kuczynski under house arrest instead of pre-trial detention as planned. But Perez said Kuczynski's health problems could be treated without problem in jail, and Judge Chavez approved his request to hold Kuczynski in jail for 36 months before trial. Police stand outside the hospital where Peru's former president Pedro Pablo Kuczynski is hospitalized due to heart problems in Lima, Peru, March 19, 2019. Reuters photo. Police stand outside the hospital where Peru's former president Pedro Pablo Kuczynski is hospitalized due to heart problems in Lima, Peru, March 19, 2019. Reuters photo. The ruling came as Garcia was being buried and will likely further fuel criticism that the Odebrecht probe has become too aggressive and that prosecutors and judges were abusing the use of so-called preventive prison, or pre-trial detention. Under Peruvian law, criminal suspects can be held in jail before trial for up to 3 years if prosecutors show evidence that they would likely be convicted and would probably try to flee or obstruct the investigation unless detained. Peru's four most recent presidents and the leader of the opposition have been ordered to pre-trial detention in connection with Odebrecht since the company admitted in late 2016 that it paid some $30 million in bribes to Peruvian politicians, part of a sophisticated bribery system its former executives detailed to authorities abroad. Prosecutors in the Odebrecht probe say they need preventive prison to keep wealthy and powerful suspects from evading justice as they gather evidence in the country's biggest graft investigation, but critics, including the Chief Justice of Peru's Constitutional Tribunal, Ernesto Bloom, say it is being used excessively in response to anger at widespread corruption. Supporters of Peru's former president Alan Garcia, who killed himself this week, touched a hearse carrying his remains in Lima, Peru, April 19, 2019. Reuters photo. Supporters of Peru's former president Alan Garcia, who killed himself this week, touched a hearse carrying his remains in Lima, Peru, April 19, 2019. Reuters photo. Kuczynski, who was president a little over a year ago, has said he has cooperated fully with investigators, even declining to file an appeal when they barred him from leaving the country shortly after resigning in March of 2018. As president, Kuczynski initially denied having any link to Odebrecht, but he eventually acknowledged his consulting company advised Odebrecht on financing for projects that it had won while he was a cabinet minister in the government of former President Alejandro Toledo. 16,673 kilometers. Let's block ads. Why?